Welcome to PrepperNow.
Please, Lord, help me get one more.
All right, folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. Got a comment yesterday from a person in, I think it was a crisis reporter. It might have been here on PrepperNow. This is common, happens every so often, and I get the premise. He's basically put, or she, whoever, and nothing happened. So as far as I can remember, I don't remember being alive, and I've been around for a half a century. I don't remember being alive and watching two nuclear powers chuck missiles at each other every couple few weeks. So I don't know what the sentiment is, or like what is meant by nothing ever happens. Because as far as I'm concerned, and maybe I'm a little sensitive to it because I teach, World War for a living. I'm just ending my World War I. Maybe I'm oversensitive, but I think Israel and Iran chucking 200 to 600 missiles at each other in an escalatory fashion every few weeks, I really wouldn't frame that as nothing ever happens. Now, we are all focused over there, but there's some major developments going on in Eastern Europe that might kind of challenge the whole, air quotes, nothing ever happens narrative. North Korea has been acknowledged by NATO and United States State Department and other members of NATO, and even Russia and North Korea itself, that they have troops going over for whatever reason. They're supposedly in contested area. They're supposedly going to start in Kursk because there's a little bit better international legality to it, for whatever that's worth. But the point is that two different countries are battling one country on what is supposed to be their land. And I don't really remember that happening either too much when I was growing up. And maybe I'm just being a little oversensitive, but it feels like there's a growing dodgeball, pick your friend, get ready for the game kind of feeling right now on the world stage with the different countries. America and NATO have said that they're going to basically start to enter into things, whatever that may be. And of course, they keep it all nice and gray. If North Korea is in fact full on in this SMO thing in Eastern Europe, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like they are. So nothing ever happens. Kind of, I think it sounds cool as an internet comment, and kind of makes you seem like a hard ass. But to be perfectly honest with you, there's a real precarious feeling out there of everything. And the problem with this stage in our existence as humans, and all of the people that have been around for quite some time, they've never really been in a disruptively large war. Part of the things that I go over with students is the home front, and we do that in both. We do the World War I and World War II, and the home front is one of the largest sections of what we teach, because everybody thinks and romanticizes, the trenches of World War I and the air battles and sea battles of World War II. But the fact of the matter is that there were many people that were affected on the home front. The laws that were passed to make it so people could not challenge the narratives and the government on what was going on really should freak people out on what could potentially happen here. I mean, if you're in Israel right now, there's full-on news blackouts in certain areas of stuff that you just can't talk about, and you will get in trouble with their authorities. That's happened in this country of America as well, and it's happened in other countries. So just the information being able to get out, that's why I started the crisis report. I wanted to just cover everything. It started, when it was Preparedness Now, I would do little war reports because, I was intrigued by it. It's what my background is in. So go and get the stuff. And then I just expanded upon that, and then it, became pretty popular, or at least people seemed to like it. So it grew from there. And it's a really great way to kind of get an idea of how things are going to evolve if you know what every side is doing, thinking, and saying. So it's like, okay, this is kind of my way. I'll put it together and do it. And what they're doing, saying, and thinking, from what I'm getting from all of this, is that basically they're picking their teams, and this is larger than just like some land in Eastern Europe or, the question of the Palestinians. I mean, this is much larger than all of that. In a lot of different things, there's also a financial aspect to it. The power of the American dollar and its status, the rising of the BRICS, the urination of all of our currencies into the fact that now everything is so much more expensive than it was, and the money printing and all that, and then the defense budget's exploding, and the inflation and everything else. All of it is, telling a story that we really are in a time of precarious state. So a world war is kind of on the menu. I mean, that's, when did Bretton Woods happen? It happened post-World War II. And there's a lot of people that are running their countries right now saying, if I get on the right team, I'm going to set my country and me up for a long time. North Korea being one of them, saying, all right, I'll help Russia. They're going to turn me into something. And China and Russia looking over and saying, we want to be the top dog. America, the old power sitting there going, we can't lose power. All these things are questions that are going to be answered at some point in the not-so-distant future by a war, a major one at that. So, to the person that asked that question or made that statement, and nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens is a very short-sighted view. And time is long. The Lord plays a long game. And my advice to you and to anybody else that is sitting out there jaded saying, well, nothing ever happens, or this is going to turn out to be a nothing burger. There are a subset of people that are out there like preppers and stuff that almost want things to go sideways so they can test their preps and see how hard they are. I don't think, if I never had to tap into my preps, I would be totally fine with it. I don't have my preps because I want to tap into them. And I've had to cycle through a lot of different stuff over the years. I want my preps to be what my insurance policy is. I don't like tapping into my insurance policy. I don't like tapping into my preps unless I have to. So, be careful what you wish for. And you might not want to have the kind of attitude that is of a jaded sense where you just float along and think nothing is ever going to happen, and you don't really prepare yourself. It's kind of that age-old tale of the cricket and the ant. So, I know what side of that story I'm on. All right, friends. God bless. Thanks for stopping by PrepperNow. Check out the links in the description. Get a little bit more active. Things are kind of opening up in my world, and I like seeing you on here. And we'll see you on the next one. God bless. PrepperNow.